What's up, Street Thugs? Brigg here, and we are back with another build. As you can see in the description, it is a tank, invulnerability, and dark melee. So this was requested by Tori, so I'm going to go ahead and put this out. She's already had it for a couple weeks at least a week, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. All the days are just mixed in these days. But so what we got here, I'm going to go over all these details here real quick with you. We have the stat window here. You can see that the defenses are pretty much across the board. It is invulnerability, so you're going to have some weaknesses to psionic and toxic. But it's not horrible. You're pretty much up there on everything else, though. Resistance is pretty much the same thing. When you hit melee core, it's going to bump everything up. That'll hit every, it's like 2 to 5 minutes, I believe. But even still, you're pretty much resistant across the board. This build is mainly for surviving, mainly survivability, not really for damage. It is a tank. Obviously, that's a no-brainer. Now, we'll go ahead and look at the Incarnates here. We have Agility Core, and that's for the Endurance Modification, Recharge, and Defense buffs. We have Ion Radial Final Judgment. That's personal choice. That's when I enjoy the electricity. Ageless Core for your plus endurance, your recharge rate, and your recovery rate. Reactive Core. This one you can kind of go different ways, but I like this one because not only are you protecting your group, you're also putting a resistance debuff on whoever you're fighting. That's great with AVs. And then Melee Core because you get the regen and the resist all status protection nearby enemies. That's great. So now that we got that out of the way, we're going to jump over here to your abilities. I took Temp Invulnerability, Dull Plane, Resist Elements, Unyielding, Resist Energies, Invincibility, Tough Hide, Shadow Punch, Taunt, Siphon Life, Touch of Fear, Soul Drain, and Dark Consumption. Okay, not a fan of Unstoppable. There is ways getting around the endurance. Not even necessary. The whole point of that is to give you super resistance across the board. Don't even need it. So I skip it altogether. For your power pulls, your extra power sets, I took Leaping for combat jumping. I took Flight for fly, hover, and afterburner. Flight because I love flight, and that was one of the options I could do. Plus you get a hover and afterburner for your flight speed increase, as well as mules to add your recharge rates. I took Fighting for boxing, tough, and weave. Leadership for maneuvers, and then for this one I took Pyromastery for char, fire blast, and fireball. Okay, so we'll jump over here to temporary invulnerability. I have in there Unbreakable Guards. You see I do have the max HP one, as well as resistance and resistance endurance. I took all three of those, and then I stuck the Gladiator's Armor for the +3 defense. Shadow Punch. We have all 6 of the Superior Blistering Colds. I took this for 3 main reasons, and that is, 1, you get the 6% resistance fire cold, because that was tricky to build up. But mainly you got 5% for smashing and lethal defense, as well as 5% for fire and cold defense. And granted, I was focusing on getting those defense as well as resistances up. So this was a great one to take. So I made sure I took that one. And then we'll jump down here to Dull Pain. I took 3 of the Numinous Convalescence. You can see I took Endurance Recharge, Heal Recharge, and Heal Endurance Recharge. Pretty much all 3 that had the recharge. That was my focus. For combat jumping, I have, of course, the Luck of the Gambler Recharge. And then I've got Reactive Defenses for the Scaling Resist. And then we have 4 of Shield Wall. 1 is the Resistance for 5% Resist All, which is fantastic. And then we took... I'll save that right there so it's not jumping around. And then we got Defense Endurance, Defense Recharge, and Defense. This one, and I've got these on several abilities here for defense. And the reason I have 4 here rather than like Red Fortunes, which I normally go for, is because the 4.5 resistance to energy and negative energy. Come down here, Resist Elements. Again, Unbreakable Guards, Resistance, Resistance Endurance, and Recharge Resistance. That one I'll just focus on Resistance. And then I threw in the Aegis for the Psionic and Status Resistance. Unyielding, again, Unbreakable Guards, Resistance, Resistance Endurance, same thing, and Recharge Resistance. And then I put the Steadfast Protection for the +3 defense. Taunt, I just put a range. You can do whatever. You can do recharge, range, whatever you want to. You can throw a proc in there if you want to. If you want to do a little bit of side damage, you can throw that side proc in there too. It's up to you. Next, we go to Resist Energies. We've got, again, Unbreakable Guards, the same 3. And this one we have the Impervium Armor, which is the Psionic Resistance. We'll try to get it where we can. Jump back up here to fly. I have Winter's Gift. I have the two, all but the slow resistance one. Don't need it. This one is just 3.75% for fire and cold resistance. That's why I took it. Hover, Mule, Luck of the Gambler. Invincibility, Luck of the Gambler. And plus we have 4 of the endurances, or 4 of the shield walls. Obviously I didn't take all 4 because of resistance teleportation, 5% resist all. But I do have the defense endurance, defense recharge, defense endurance recharge, and defense. Same reason, 4.5 resist energy and negative energy. Afterburner, this is pretty much the Luck of the Gambler plus the same 2 I have in Fly, the Winter's Gift. Come down here in boxing, I put Absolute Amazement for a chance to hit debuff. I just threw a proc in there. You can ignore it completely. I mean, it's a debuff, a 2-hit debuff. Same reason I took the reactive core for the negative resistance. This gives them a chance for them not to be able to hit you. So that's another bonus. Resistance, the Unbreakable Guards, the same 3 I mentioned earlier. Tough-Eyed, pretty much the same one I put Invincibility. You got the Luck of the Gambler, and you have the 4 shield walls. Same thing. And then we'll jump up here or down here to Weave, and same thing. It's the same 4 shield walls. You don't need Luck of the Gambler at this point because you already got 5. Jump over Maneuvers, again, same thing. 4 of the shield walls. Then over to here to Siphon Life, I took Superior Gauntleted Fist, all 6 of them. You get 6% resistance to energy and negative, already a great one. 5 defense for melee, outstanding, even better. And then 6% for resisting and smashing and lethal, fantastic. You also get 2.5 smashing and lethal defense, so that's outstanding. So this whole thing is just awesome. And like I said, I'm going for defense as well as resistance, and I'm covering quite a bit on just this one power. We're going to come over here to Char. I took 3 Thunderstrikes, and that is for the 2.5 defense for energy and negative. And then I took 2 Entombs, not attuned. And it's because if you do attune them, the 2.25 resistance to fire cold you get jumps to 6%, and then it gets zeroed out because we already have 5 of that 6% fire resistance. So keep these at regular, not attuned, so you get the extra 2.25. Otherwise you lose it completely, and then they're just wasted slots. For Soul Drain, I took 3 Avalanches, again not attuned, for the same exact reason, because here you get 3% resistance to fire or cold. You will not get it if you attune this, because it'll jump to 6%, and again we're maxed. Come over to Armageddon's. For this one, again, we got 6% fire resistance to cold. These ones are fine, that's part of the 5. Come over here to Fire Blast, Superior Winter's Bite, 6% fire and cold. That's the only reason I got them. Only reason I have them in there. Fireball, we have 3 of the Superior Frozen Blast. Here you're getting again 6% fire resistance and fire cold. And Dark Consumption. Our Dark Consumption, I've got 2 Fury of the Gladiators. You get 3.75% for fire and cold. Again, like I said, it was very hard to get to max out as close as I can for fire resistance. And then we have 3 of the Avalanches. So you have 3 in Soul Drain, and you have 3 in Dark Consumption. So that covers your all 6. And then Touch of Fear, I have 3 Unspeakable Terrors, Accuracy Recharge, Endurance Fear, and Accuracy Endurance, and you get 3% energy and negative. And then, of course, I'm down here. For Brawl, I just threw in Pounding Slugfest Disorient bonus. You don't have to use these. I just threw them in just for the fun of it. Of course, Swift. I put Flight. For Hurdle, I put Jump. And then over here, we got Miracle for Recovery. We got Numinous Convalescence for plus Regeneration for plus Recovery. And then, of course, Stamina. I just threw my regular Stamina. And that's what you got. I did consider rolling this character, getting it all knocked out really fast, throwing a bunch of all the enhancements in it, and then go testing it for you. But I mean, you can see what it does just from the numbers. It's a tank. You know what a tank does. It's not going to be anything special. But that's the Invulnerable Dark Melee tank. I hope you enjoy it. If you like that build, please test it out. Again, you know, my builds are up for your interpretation. You can do whatever you want to. This is more of a guide. This is what I would do if I was playing it. You can do it however you want to. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all your support. Thank you so much. Please remember to subscribe to help me out. It also helps me out to bring more stuff to you. If you have a build you'd like me to do, please just leave a comment. I'd be happy to check it out for you. Happy to put something together for you. Thank you guys for watching. Please Please remember to like if you like the video, or if you want to just like it just to help me out with the YouTube algorithm. Just hit the like button, ring the bell if you want to get notifications. When I post other videos, you can personalize that now, so it's just not like pinging you every time I put a video up, even if videos that you're not interested in. But thank you guys so much. I will see you again soon. Stay golden and take care. Bye bye.